What's up guys, Devin here, and today we're going to talk about skip loading. So I'm going to be doing a skip load today. It's got a lot of different names. Sometimes people call it refeeds, saturation days, shit loading. But I just want to explain a little bit of the differences between what I do, why I do it, and how it's separate from a cheat day or cheat meal. So my coach, Ken Skip Hill, kind of pioneered this. It's nothing brand new, but he just kind of put his own twist on it and kind of changed the way that things were done. So in its easiest form to explain, it's a variation of carb loading. So Monday through Friday, I eat the exact same proteins, carbs, and fats. It's usually about 120, 150 grams of carbs, 210 grams of protein, and roughly 55 to 60 grams of fat. Now, by staying consistent throughout the week, Monday through Saturday, this allows my body to fully utilize and burn through everything that it's doing, making it more efficient. On Sunday, we introduce what's called a skip load. Now, we'll talk about how this differs, but in short, again, the skip load is usually starting with 1 to 2 meals. So keep in mind like a refeed where you're having one meal maybe throughout the week. And the idea is to replenish glycogen. Mentally, it helps because you're taking a little bit of a break from the diet. But the biggest thing is you are replenishing glycogen, giving your body enough fuel to be able to stay consistent and keep pushing harder in the gym. Now, where the skip load changes things up a little bit is rather than doing one meal, it's a window. So I might start with one meal, and then as my body gets more efficient, we're looking for a drop to what we call baseline. So if I start the week at 212 as my lowest weight, we skip load. Obviously, my weight's gonna go up. So if I have 1 or 2 meals, let's say I'm sitting at 215, well, by Wednesday, if my weight is back down to the initial 212 pounds, then we know that my body's utilizing that. So that window might increase to 3 meals. And so on and so forth. You can get more information at elitefts.com. I'll put that in the comments below, but it's something that I've been following for a long time. And I'm super excited to be able to share with you guys. So how this differs from a standard cheat meal or cheat day is it is still, in fact, I don't want to say tracked, but it is thought out in the sense. So usually if you're having a cheat meal or a cheat day, which I hate using that word anyway, the idea behind it is more mental break. It's to give you a break from your diet. You're not worried about tracking. You're not worried about what you're eating. You can pretty much just eat whatever, go off your diet. For some people, this really works. Now, one thing I will recommend is whether you're getting a refeed, whether you're doing a cheat meal, whatever you want to call it, I have found from personal experience that if you plan that one meal later in the day, it's easier to stay on track than if it's the first meal of the day. If it's the first meal of the day, it's real easy to say, oh, well, I just had pancakes. I kind of want to do this for lunch. So depending on where you guys are at, just keep that in mind. Now, this is an approach that I have worked on with my clients throughout training as well, is multiple day refeeds and just multiple refeeds in general. It wasn't until I started reading through and really diving into Skip's philosophy that I got a better understanding of the skip load. I think that multiple refeeds work very well in the sense that if your body is very lean or in a position where it's utilizing the food that you're giving it, sometimes one refeed is not enough. And I could create a whole separate video, and I might, if you guys are interested, if you click the like and let me know that it's something you'd be interested in, I would happily create a whole nother video based on the importance of refeeds and what they do, why we use them. But in this video, I just want to briefly cover skip loading. I know on my Instagram, you guys have seen me post some of these crazy outlandish meals that I'm eating. And the idea behind them is not to completely stuff myself to where I'm sick. I eat until I'm satiated. So until I'm full, maybe a little bit beyond, but not much. I'm not miserable throughout the day. And so as I'm doing this, it is planned out. So there's 2 variations. There's a moderate fat, high carb, which is the one that I'm on. So that looks like for breakfast today, we're gonna have French toast, we're gonna have pancakes, we're gonna have some chicken sausage, whole eggs, and some hash browns. So not a whole lot of fat in that, which I find that when I push the fats too high, that's when my stomach starts to get upset. But for lunch, it might look like something like a burger and fries, which is going to be higher in fat, maybe lasagna for dinner. When it comes to the other variation, which is the high carb, low fat, then you're still looking at things like pancakes. Now on my pancakes today, I will be adding butter. I'll be adding full syrup. I'll be adding peanut butter. So there will be some added fats in there from those sources. Whereas this other variation would be no butter, no peanut butter. You'd be looking at just higher carbs. Now, ideally, we want carbs that are higher glycemic because we want them to get into our system a little bit quicker. And the reason we want to do that is we're looking to do two things. Again, one, replenish glycogen, and two, help with recovery. So I always do these on Sundays where I don't have any lifting, I don't have any cardio. I'll usually do some light stretching, maybe some yoga, and just kind of some different body movements, foam rolling. But I always try to plan my skip loads on days that I'm not lifting. I'm gonna take you guys through a day of skip loading. I'm gonna share some supplements that help. We're gonna talk not only about the response that it takes on my body physiologically, but just also internal gut health, that sort of thing. So those are all parts that play a role. So let's do it. All right, so real quick, just wanted to touch on two supplements that I highly recommend, whether you're doing a refeed, whether it's a cheat day, whether you're just maybe carb cycling and it's a high carb day. These are two things that I really recommend utilizing because they work well for me. They don't have to be these specific brands, which I'm not a huge brand Nazi when it comes to certain things, as long as they have the right ingredients and get the job done. So the first is a glucose disposal agent. So this particular one is from PS Sups. It's called iLoad. But the biggest thing that this is going to help out with is shuttle all of the nutrients into the muscle. Now, this isn't a magic pill to where, oh, I can take this, eat whatever I want, and I'm not going to get fat. But what it will do is it will help partition the nutrients that you're taking in to be more readily available for your body to use, thus less likely to store more of them. Let me repeat that. Less likely to store more of them. So obviously, if you eat too much, your body is going to store excess. This just helps your body break down the nutrients that are coming in and utilize it more efficiently. So this is one thing that I highly recommend is a glucose disposal agent. Again, it doesn't really matter where you get it, what kind you get, but it is something that I recommend. Great for high carb days and great for days like this. The other one, now I do like this particular brand just because I found it has worked very well. It is called Digest Zen. And it is from doTERRA. Let me see if we can get that up there. There we go. So Digest Zen, it's a topical probiotic and digestive agent. It's actually really cool. So it's got this roller ball on the front, and you simply just apply it straight to your stomach, right around the abs, the obliques, lower abdomen. And you put it on about 10 minutes before eating, and then you can also put it on right after eating. It's got mint. This particular blend, I had them add turmeric to it, so it helps with inflammation. But it's just got a really good blend in it to help keep your stomach soothed and then to help break everything down. When I first heard about it, I was thinking snake oil, doesn't work. I tried a little bit, and lo and behold, I actually prefer this over the pills that they make. So I find that it acts very quickly, works very well. I will have a link in the description for that one if you are interested. But again, anything similar. So just a probiotic and a glucose disposal agent, and then make sure you're drinking enough water throughout the day. Obviously, we're going to see a weight fluctuation, not only because I'm eating more food today, but higher sodium, and I'm eating foods that my body is not normally used to eating on a day-to-day basis. So generally, you'll see things like inflammation, slight swelling, just from the increase in salt and water. So those are all things that, to mitigate these types of products, help. I take a potassium pill as well, just to kind of offset or balance, I should say, the amount of sodium that's coming in. So just a few things to look out for. Again, this is all structured, so it's not like I just wake up on a Sunday and decide I'm gonna cram as much food in my mouth as I can. So we have a plan. All right, so I just finished cooking everything. Took me about 26 minutes. Let me show you guys everything. Excuse me. Let me show you guys everything that we have going on. So right here we have maple bacon French toast. So it's bacon bits that were put into the egg wash. I made a maple bar glaze and then drizzled that over the top, added some cooked bacon bits. We have a blueberry crumb cake made by a good friend of mine. Chicken sausage #1. Then we have a chocolate chip coconut pancake with banana, and then hash browns, eggs, and cheese with a little bit of ketchup, and chicken sausage #2. What's up, Cam? Yeah, this is gonna be good. No. Let's dig in. All right, well, that was really good, and it's a wrap other than the juice. I did end up only eating about half of the muffin, which that's fine. Again, the goal is not to stuff myself. I could have forced it down, but we're just looking to stay satiated. What's up? You want to come say hi? Mm-hmm. Say what's up, people.
What up, people?
You like pancakes too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Flex. Flex on them, Cammy. Show them this way. Like that. Hide your daughters. All right. So from here, me and the little guy probably gonna hang out, play for a little bit, and then I gotta run up and do some errands, meeting up with a good friend of mine, and we're gonna grab some lunch. So you guys can check me out at meal #2. All right, we're in Southeast Portland. We just left 808 Grill, grabbing some Hawaiian food, and headed to go meet up with Mark. I got my little guy with me. Say what's up. He's pretty upset. So yeah, we're gonna go meet up with Mark and grab some food. All right, here in the park with my buddy Mark. Mark's been a really good friend of mine for a long time. He is the owner of Cornerstone Web Studio. So if anybody out there needs a website done, needs marketing done, he's the guy to talk to. Just don't tell him Devin sent you, because he'll probably charge you double. But no, they do great work. So make sure you guys check them out, cornerstone.studio, right? Boom, see, I still remember. Yep. I worked with Mark for a long time, helped him with Cornerstone. We worked prior to that. Great friend, great family friend. So glad to be here. He's got his salad. I didn't want to take him off track. Cammy's got his chicken nuggets. And then I had to pick up, let's see if I can get it. Ooh. Had to pick up some Hawaiian food. So that's what we got going on right now. It looks like rice, kimchi, mac salad, and some teriyaki chicken. So that's what we're gonna be eating. I don't let my friends go off the rails, and he's been good by sticking with his diet. The oven on, getting ready for meal #3. And I gotta say, I'm feeling a little bit full. That last meal was a little bit lighter. It was about 2 scoops of rice, some mac salad, and then some Hawaiian chicken. So nothing crazy. I did have some musubi, just one, and then a piece of my mom's banana cake. So it's one of my favorite things. Getting ready to throw meal 3 in the oven, which is my second favorite thing. And that is my wife's lasagna. So usually when I find things that sit well with my stomach or that I really enjoy, I'll have people make a bunch of it, and then I just freeze it, and every Sunday I pull it out little by little. Helps to keep prep down so I'm not cooking a bunch and then wasting food or making more than I need. I can kind of just section a little portion out, throw it in the oven, or in the case of the banana bread, I pull it out of the freezer, let it soften a little bit, cut a square, put it back in the freezer. Keeps it pretty fresh. I'll be doing that. And for meal number 2, I will probably throw the macros up somewhere around here, and see you guys in a few. So my wife just walked through the door. She got here in the perfect time because I got my food. So we got a square of lasagna. I was just talking you up on how good that is. Okay. I actually have 2 squares of lasagna. I'm starting with one. If I'm still hungry, I'll eat the other. If you guys haven't had a chance, make sure you watch the review that my wife and I did from Keeks Treats. Boom, always a handwritten card, which I love that. You can freeze anytime and eat them anytime. We got, oh, I'm so excited for this. A dozen salted caramel brookies, half brownie, half cookie, and that is she says half pound. That thing looks like it's about a pound. Chocolate chip s'more cookie. So we're gonna try this and let you know what we think. All right. So I just ate the lasagna, ate the garlic bread, which by the way, that garlic bread is amazing. Don't be jealous. It's Hawaiian bread, Texas toast style, with butter and garlic bread spread on it, or seasoning. So that's the trick. Don't buy garlic bread, make your own, because that's the same Hawaiian bread I use for French toast. Anyway, my wife's here because we're at our brookie time. So this is a salted caramel chocolate brookie. Oh. And it's gluten-free from Keeks Treats. Got some schmutz over here. Check out the review on our last one. It'll be somewhere up here if you want to check it out. So, all right, let's give it a go. That's stupid. So it's like a shortbread cookie on the bottom, brownie with salted caramel on top. Kaylee, amazing job as always. Look at this thing.
Show it from the side.
Cookie on the bottom. Code Devin10, save 10% off. I don't even care, just order from them because she's amazing.
You have your own code?
I do. So I just finished meal number 3. Again, it was 2 pieces of garlic bread, 1 large slice of lasagna, and then 1.5 brookies, which really was probably like 1 medium-sized brookie. They're fairly small, maybe 65 grams a piece, so it was probably like 1 full-size brownie or cookie. So I'll have the information on that right around here so you guys can see, and then totals for the day. But as far as where everything's at, stomach's definitely getting a little bloated, feeling a little distended. Meals are definitely getting smaller in portions, which I typically tend to do. Usually I'll start with breakfast being the biggest meal, and then that way it kind of keeps me satiated throughout the remainder of the day, so I don't feel like I need to eat more. The first couple of skip loads that I did, breakfast was moderate, and then each meal almost was the same size. And then by the end of the night, I was borderline miserable. Because at the beginning you're thinking, wow, I get a day to kind of eat whatever. I get 2 meals to eat whatever. But it's a tool, right? And that's the purpose of all of this. It's a tool to replenish glycogen, to allow the body to push a little bit more food so that when we go back to our regular diet, so that it'll process what's being used even more efficiently, which seems to be working because we haven't made really any changes to my day-to-day diet. We've made changes to the number of meals I have during my skip loads, and I continue to get leaner. So probably just gonna hang out. I did grocery shopping, got a lot of stuff done yesterday so that today, usually I meal prep, but prepped last night. So probably just relax for the rest of the night until meal number 4. All right, it is almost 6 o'clock. My last meal was at about 3:30, so I'm heading into meal 4. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna do a single cheeseburger and a little bit of fries. I am pretty stuffed. And then I'll probably cap everything off with a little bit of ice cream and the super secret Keeks Treats cookie that I ordered. So yeah, I'm out here just getting the grill started and just gonna keep it real light for the last meal. But try and get something in that's fairly dense, a lot of calories, but a small amount of food. So we're gonna do the cookie. We'll probably do about a cup of ice cream, and then just a single burger. Typically, if the burger was earlier in the day, it'd probably be a double burger with cheese and some other stuff, but I'm just gonna keep it simple. A little bit of fries, burger, cheese, probably add some guacamole. Pro tip, peanut butter on your burger, amazing, and it helps add a little bit of extra fats. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna get it started and I'll catch up with you guys here in a minute. All right, we're diving into meal 4. I got my little compadre with me. Cammy's getting all the gains too. His meal, what you got over there? Some fish sticks and some French fries and ranch. Yeah, buddy. And then we have burger with cheese, mushrooms, a little guacamole, a little peanut butter, and some French fries. So keeping it light. This is part 1 of meal 4. All right, second part. Keeks Treats half-pound cookie. You guys can see how big this is. And just to show you, 8.4, 8.3. Is that a big cookie, Cam?
Yeah.
So 8.4 ounces. Let's break this thing open. Watch out, Cam. Ooh, s'mores cookie.
Even.
So I'm not gonna eat this whole thing. I brought in a special guest to help me. So Cam's gonna help me eat all this. But I am gonna eat half of it, and then birthday cake ice cream. It's about a cup. So that's it for the night. That's all 4 meals. I'll put the total for meal number 4 somewhere around here, and then I'll follow up in a minute. All right, so that pretty much wraps it up for the full day of eating on the SkipLoad. So again, that was roughly 8 hours, 4 meals. I'm still calculating everything up, but it looks like it was right around 58 to 6,200 calories. I don't know the exact breakdown on macros, but I will get those up there. As far as where things are at, I finished my last meal about 2 hours ago. Definitely full, stomach's distended. I do have some bloating, but that's typically tends to be the case. I wouldn't say I'm completely uncomfortable, but I wouldn't be mad if I didn't eat again till later tomorrow. Usually the day after I SkipLoad, my breakfast is really light. I'll typically do a shake and then maybe a tablespoon or 2 of peanut butter just to hit my macro count. I feel like it also just helps process quicker because I'm sure there's still food being broken down from today through tomorrow. Weight fluctuation, honestly, I usually see about 10 to 12 pound weight fluctuation within the first day. And then the goal is by Wednesday or Thursday, be back down to the weight I was at the Friday prior to SkipLoading. So my lowest weight of the week, I might have mentioned, but I think it was right around 213, which I hit on Friday or Saturday. And then with everything going the way it is, I suspect I'll probably be back down to that weight by about Wednesday, which means that my body is effectively processing everything. If I don't, and by next Friday or Saturday, I'm still up a couple of pounds. Usually the SkipLoad will scale back and I'll probably drop down to 3 meals instead of 4. But as long as we're not adding fat, the body's staying lean and the scale is slowly moving in a direction that we're trying to take it or staying right around the same weight, then things are good. So one thing I will say is it is fun to put this food to use the day after. That is the other reason that I love skip loading on my day off. So Mondays are usually my chest day. The last couple of weeks coming off of a deload, I have PR'd every single week. And I feel great going into the gym, tons of energy, pumps are great, energy's great, strength is up. And so that's one of the other markers that we kind of take a look at as well. So as long as those things are moving, things are in a good spot. There's a lot more that goes into it, and I'm not even gonna try to dive into it because it's something, again, that he's developed over the last 20 to 30 years. Check it out at Elite FTS. But I'll follow up with another video probably Wednesday or Thursday later this week, just to kind of show you guys where everything is at, talk about how it's going, and then we'll probably introduce a few other topics as well. But if you guys have any questions, I would love to answer them. Put them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe the video, and if there's anything else you'd like to see me cover, I'd love to do it. I'll have some more workout videos coming your way. I've been getting requests for specific types of workouts for different types of goals, so I'll talk about that. The eating, the full days of eating are always fun. But yeah, I'll have a follow-up video probably Wednesday or Thursday just to talk about some of the digestion, physiological changes, mental changes, things like that. In that last video where I was holding up the cookie, you could kind of see my hand shaking a little bit, and a lot of that is purely just from the amount of carbs and some of the sugar that I've taken in all day. Typically, like I said, about 120 grams of carbs are what I see on a normal day. Today, it is at least 550 to 650 grams of carbs. So that goes way up. So that's why kind of the shaky hands a little bit. But I'm just gonna relax for the rest of the night. I took my digest in. So again, this stuff right here saves my life. I'll probably go on a short walk just to help the metabolism kind of kick in and process a little bit. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy the video. And again, like, subscribe, and if there's anything else, throw it in the comments below. See you guys later.